Hey, hey, hey.
Hey now.
West Coast
Let's go.
Wednesdays. We're back. Welcome to Girl
Yeah.
Chat Sports. Hey, if you're checking in now, feel free to share it and join some people in with us. We know there's a lot of sports going on. Philly Atlanta games on. I thought that was a wash, but Mo, you just updated me and let me know that it may still have some time left in it for Atlanta, so that's good. If you're watching the Golden Knights game and also happen to be watching us, please keep us posted on the score. I know we're after the first period. VGK is down 0-2 right now, but there's still 2 periods left to go. So, yes.
They better bring it. I'm sure they will, though.
They will. They'll get it. They'll get it together. They get it together.
Yeah, they have to get it together.
So just before we start, I also wanted to, so me and Tilly, we took a little trip yesterday down to House of Paz.
House of Paz.
And we got to, I did a little video to kind of show off the store. So I wanted to play that. And again, thank you to our sponsor for the month, House of Paz. Thank you, Meg. They give a lot back to rescues. They have food that they donate. I mean, they've got a lot of great stuff. So I'm going to play the video. You guys can see it for yourself. Yeah.
House of Paz. Hey, was that one dog a cute dog in the he had a yellow and purple scarf? Was he literally a cute dog? I feel like he was.
That's cute. That's actually Romy. Romy's up for adoption. She's like a little nugget. She's like a little miniature pit mix. She's adorable.
She's
the other
super
one's
cute.
Liam. I know. Super cute.
House
Super cute. So she's up for adoption.
Paz.
If you want to be a placement or we can adopt a little nugget there, Romy, she is up for adoption, so let me know. But yeah, shout out to House of Paz. We appreciate you. We thank you. Thank you for checking in. Shout out to Daryl. What's up? Kente, what's good? And yeah, so hot topics. Here's a hot topic that I didn't put on my list because I didn't realize there was a versus tonight. It was Trina and Eve.
Yeah, I didn't care for that.
I wasn't impressed. I tuned in for a little bit because I was like, okay, I liked Eve. I liked Trina back in the day.
I'm sorry, but how's that even an equal match? Like, there is no kind of bangers Trina has on that end to Eve's bangers, of our mainstream bangers, okay? I mean, you play Blow Your Mind with Gwen Stefani. Sorry, done deal.
But listen, the thing is that Eve came up there and wouldn't sing. So half her bangers are singing with some of these. And she was like, I might want to try that. And she's basically hyping her own track up. So the track is playing and she's like, yeah. It was terrible. I mean, she did a couple of her songs that were good and she rapped to them, but the other ones she was just like non-existent.
Well, I'm glad you had time.
Trina came through. Trina came through a little bit. So
glad you had time to entertain that. I was not trying to entertain that whatsoever. I
was curious, and then I couldn't stay on for long only because it just was that like, okay.
I care not for verses at this point. We are not locked in the house anymore. Everything is open. I mean, really, you guys are now just cherry picking. If it's not going to be a versus tour concert with these featured guests, then I don't care. I really
I wasn't, like I said, I wanted to check it out. I thought it was going to be like on Sunday though. I didn't know it was a Wednesday. Like I think it's weird that it's a Wednesday at 5
Somebody shared it to me. Shout out to the ladies in the Ooh Child chat on Instagram, my little group over there for Ooh Child. Somebody sent the verses and it was over, and I was like, "What is this?" And you now just told me what that verses was. I mean, on a hump day, like really, that means it wasn't really that spectacular because people are just getting off of work, and now you're just gonna throw something in the mix. It's cool to play in your car, But I mean, listen,
Yeah, it wasn't
play a
it wasn't that
versus, do a versus tour. It's not impactful for me enough. You guys have pretty much worn out your resources on versus, and now it's just a money grab at this point. Yeah, go right on ahead. Go right on ahead and do the verses if you want to.
Hey, what's up to Arlington?
What's
Shout
up,
out to In the
Arlington?
Zone too. We appreciate you guys tuning in.
Go ahead and do those little verses if you want to. Whatever. I care not.
Yeah, I need it to be something big for me to tune back in.
I need it to not exist anymore. How about that? Unless it's going to be a versus tour.
Okay.
Yeah, where we can go to a concert or something. Or festivals are coming back. Shout out to Day in Vegas lineup. Tickets go on sale Friday. I will be purchasing a day ticket. So I will go at least one day.
And life is beautiful too.
Life is beautiful. EDC. Shout out to the festival. Coachella. Freaking oh my God. Lollapalooza in Chicago is amazing. ACL Fest has Stevie Nicks. Like, we're getting legends coming to festivals. Journey is going to be at Lollapalooza. We're having festivals now. I care not about a versus. That's just my opinion, but I care not about a versus. I'm not about to.
You're right, Daryl. Everything is back to normal, and that's what it is going on.
So no versus. It is going on. Versus is over. Go Knights, go too, Daryl. Thank you. Yeah. Versus.
Thank you, Kinta. Yes.
I don't even know what versus is.
He said Soulja Boy versus Bawa next. I can't wait. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Pass. Hard pass. If it's not No Limit versus Cash Money, that's the only one that's next that hasn't really done a versus.
That would be good. That would.
You do Little Romeo's movie versus Bow Wow's Like Mike 1 and 2. I mean, okay, whatever.
What's up, Big Lex? Big Lex tuning in too. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hey, you guys, we're excited because we haven't had like a solo show in a minute. We've been blessed to have some great guests lately, and we'll continue to have some more as of next week too. But sometimes it's nice to just sit here and entertain ourselves and
chat about sports out there.
Yeah, shout out to all the dads out there. It is Father's Day on Sunday for all the women that are watching. If you have children or a husband or a stepdaddy or a father or a sugar daddy.
Sugar daddy or any of that good stuff. Trick daddy.
Are there sugar daddy cards? I'm curious if there's a card for sugar daddy.
I'm sure Hallmark makes one. And Hallmark does make them because all it has to say is thank you for making me feel so special.
Hey,
that could go to anybody.
Thank you for giving me money.
Thank you.
I mean,
just thank you.
Thanks, Big Daddy. Yeah,
I can send an emoji to that. Thank
you.
Also
happy Pride Month because we haven't really talked about it much this month. Happy Pride Month. I know that in Vegas they celebrated a little bit later, but it is June October. Of Pride Month. So yes.
Yeah.
Right on. Shout out to the dads out there. So make sure you remember them on Sunday because I know a lot of guys get upset about how there's always the commercials for women on Mother's Day and the expensive gifts. And then, of course, Father's Day comes and it's like, hey,
it's power tools. It's stuff
power tools, deodorant.
Deodorant, ties.
Build something for me. Here's some yard maintenance items. Like, here's your power mower. Yeah.
Here's golf clubs for the unretired because we know you work, but here's a set of golf clubs because we know you can't make it to the golf course.
Oh man, I'm saying it's it be like that sometimes, right?
It does. So get a nice bottle of cologne.
Well, that's at least decent. I mean, some fathers
it may not even be something that they wear. It could be a thing of Old Spice and they get it and be like,
well, Jupe.
Jupe, whatever. Yeah.
But we appreciate the fathers. I'm happy birthday to our happy Father's Day to dads, because I know you'll give your father something special for Father's Day.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do something nice for my dad. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to my nephew who's a newly dad today. Welcome, Charlie K. Law.
Great auntie. Great auntie.
I'm a great auntie now. My nephew and his wife Sarah. Shout out to them. They just had a baby girl today, and I'm super excited. Can't wait to meet her.
I love it. I love it.
Can't wait to meet her. I just, we got another bundle of joy in the family.
Beautiful.
Another stroller for me to push around.
I look more diapers to change. Are you babysitting?
I would love to babysit, but I'd like to babysit when she has been potty trained. But I'll do diapers if they need it. I'm here. I'm a great auntie. I have to do it. I'll do it.
I hear it.
Whatever.
I hear it. Yeah. That's good. Okay. So the internet, or all of us, kind of woke up this morning. You might have already been awake, but we woke up and like the news in the NBA was like earth shattering. It was like an earthquake happened and here's what's happening. Major news came down. Not only did CP3 test positive for COVID, and is out indefinitely. We know he got the vaccine, Team Pfizer, that's us. However, obviously we know if you have the vaccine, it doesn't mean that you can't get you can't contract
that
COVID.
Is true.
You still can't.
And it's still here.
Yes, it is very still here. Even though everything's open, it's still out there. But he contracted COVID, he tested positive. We are unsure, or I guess it's unsure as to when he may be able to return. Clearly, they're still in the middle of a series. He most likely won't be able to make this series. If they move on, and we'll have to see if he's able to play. Because they have different rules now. Because if you got vaccinated, there's different rules versus if you were
the quarantine is supposed to be shorter or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. And then he's part of that union. So he's got to set an example of how that's going to look. And then Kawhi is out for tonight for the knee
possibly
soreness.
A torn ACL, which could be the whole series. Wow. If it is a torn ACL, that could be that's the end of the season.
Clippers gonna clip, honey.
I don't think Paul George can play to a level that will carry those Clippers without Kawhi.
Now with Donovan Mitchell out there, he can't. And who's the
Donovan had, I think they said 6 straight games with 30 plus points. I mean, you can't stop. You're
Mitch be balling.
One thing I found hilarious. Go ahead.
Then we got coach firings. So we lost Scott Brooks and we lost Dan Van Gundy in the NBA world. A lot of big breaking news things. I don't know if that was breaking news though. Was it breaking news? I don't know.
I think the Pelicans one was a little. I mean, Stan Van Gundy, not even a year he's been the coach and he's out.
Right.
So I think that's a little bit not shocking, but we were like, oh, really? Wait, what?
Yeah. What up,
Goose? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what's up, Donna?
I don't know. Happy Father's Day too, Goose.
Happy Father's Day to you. But what I can talk about, though, is that there's 6 head coach vacancies, and there are some dominant women that are being talked about. I know they were mentioning, there's a lot of articles right now about Teresa Witherspoon, hopefully to be interviewing for the Pelicans.
Teaspoon would be good. I can see that.
Teaspoon would be great for sure.
Yeah, I can see that.
I know that Becky Hammond, Dawn Staley, they both were being talked about as interviewing for possibly the Trailblazers.
That's
and listen, first team to have a female head coach.
Evolution. That's what it needs to be. This is crazy. Why do we not have women as head coaches that have the experience of being in a coaching capacity of men in a league or women's league? It doesn't matter. Coaching should be able to, they should be able to elevate.
Or why keep hiring the same failing coaches? If you just got fired because you were failing at it, why are you getting recycled right away?
They're all recycled. It's the craziest thing.
I know. Well, I'll say this: the first female head coach that gets hired, I am buying that jersey. I will rock that team.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
that's major. Yeah,
it is. I just want to see it happen. Becky Hammond's long overdue. Like I said, if Pop were to retire from the Spurs, which we don't know when that'll be, he'll probably be 90 as long as he hangs in there. But for her to get an opportunity to get looked at for other teams, hey, I said that's monumental. Let's go with it. Because I'm sorry to see these coaches and their potential heart attacks of screaming on the court, bad hairlines that are tattooed and fading away, all kinds of different situations and scenarios going on, and everybody harping on Mark Jackson is not going to get a coaching job. You guys, stop it. He's not going to get a coaching job. He's fine where he is. It's not going to happen. The voices have spoken to that issue of why Mark Jackson is not going to get a coaching position. So I need everybody to lay off of Mark Jackson. Yep. I would love to see him get it again, of course. But it's not going to happen, you guys. So lay off of Mark Jackson. We need to stop, to your point, recycling these coaches, coming back into leagues and get some new innovative looking, a third eye, if you will. Maybe they can see an angle that we normally don't see. And why not women? Women, we analyze everything. Why wouldn't women make good coaches? We analyze everything down to the nitty gritty. We look at every small detail of everything. And if we don't know the answer, we're going to investigate. And we're going to get to the bottom of things. So why wouldn't we
And
make
they
a great
ask for
coach?
help,
Makes
and
no
they will be
sense.
inquisitive. Men usually don't ask for help when they need
Absolutely.
it. So
Yes, absolutely. Like, come on, man.
so
Stop
much
it.
to unpack there. But I do wish
Yes.
and I do hope, and I'm putting it out into the universe that there will be a female head coach for
It
next
will.
season.
It's a game changer, literally and figuratively. It needs
Most
to
definitely.
happen.
Most
Yeah.
definitely. The other big news for us here in Vegas was that there was announced that there will be a WNBA All-Star game this season. At first, they
Yes.
hadn't thought there would be one because of the Olympics. Turns out there will be an All-Star game here in Las Vegas, July 14th, which I think is actually a Wednesday. So we're going to have to maneuver our show the next day. But the 14th, it'll be Team USA versus Team WNBA, which are the voted on votes. Whoever ends up being selected for the USA team will play for them. And then you have voting. Natalie wanted me to make sure to tell everybody to get on the WNBA app or the WNBA website. You can vote until the 27th to vote for 10 players to make it into the All-Star game. So get out there
She's
and
going to
vote.
vote every day, Elizabeth Cambage every day for the next.
Of course. Liz and
duration.
De'Erica, because she wants to do it for our friend Donna, who's
okay.
she has the Suits tickets with. So
okay.
yeah, so they'll have announcing the final selections on the 30th. So it'll be great. I think it'll be fun. Plus, you've got the Team USA will be training here as well as having some scrimmages. And then you'll have All-Star Week, the All-Star Game, and then they have the Olympics starting, I think, in the 16th or 18th, like that. So
that'll be very good. We need that.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited
for that too.
I think Vegas is the best place for the WNBA All-Star Game. Like, why would you want it anywhere else?
I mean, it did tremendously last time, year before last when we went.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
It was great. Yeah, it was a great look. So,
exactly.
I mean,
yeah, let's
get those Vegas visitors here and let's get them dollars rolling, honey.
Exactly. I don't know. Did you happen to catch it? Since we're on the WNBA topic, did you happen to catch any of the Twitter beef with Skylar Diggins and Jasmine Jones?
Yeah, I did. I did. I saw the shade from Sky. Basically, she chose violence, and Jasmine responded.
Jasmine was like, "I'm cool. Let's go. Like, let's meet outside.
I'm ready to rumble." The thing of it is, and here's the controversy with all of that is they're saying, "Well, you're women. You're not supposed to behave that way." I'm sorry. Are there not Twitter beefs between the NBA players? And they say just as much catty stuff, if not even worse. I mean, this was mild compared to what the men do. If we're gonna be saying we need to be equality with these leagues, then the women can talk smack to each other and go rumble too if they want to. If they're ready to box, they're ready to box. I mean, we don't have female boxing for nothing. I mean, I was entertained by it. I was also entertained by all the other WNBA players that sent out a tweet. Liz Cambage was kind of in the thing like, I'm glad I'm not in the dramatics of this. Like everybody has
this is the first time I'm not
involved in something. Yeah. So I thought it was very entertaining. But at the end of the day, I want to know what is it going to come down to, because it kind of came and then it left. Like I never heard nothing else. Do we know?
It was interesting to see some of the teams, like the Aces has posted a picture of like Lambier and Asia all kind of looking like this. And there was other teams. I thought it was actually kind of nice to see how the WNBA kind of got into it, and it kind of promoted the league in itself. Like, hey, these women are actually, they're scrappers. They're talking back and forth. They're talking smack. Like, this is also a reason why you should be tuning in and enjoying these games.
Oh, yeah, because when there's a matchup between them, it's going to go down. That's probably
they're talking. August 25th is when it's going back. It's happening
let's
again.
See how that goes. I don't know if those emotions will still be, there, but they probably will, So it'll be interesting to see how that goes down. For sure.
Hey, Lisa, welcome. I know you're hot there in Arizona, girl, because it's hot in Vegas.
115 degrees at 5:00 makes no sense.
90 degrees in the middle of the night makes no sense. Like
84 degrees at 5 a.m. makes no sense. Like I'm walking at 5 a.m. in the morning. Shout out to my homegirls that walk with me, my little group, Tori, Tracy, all those that want to walk. 5 a.m. and it's still 84 degrees and we're out there sweating. And I'm just like, oh, but that's the best.
I'm taking the dogs out and it's 1:00 in the afternoon because I was getting work done. And I'm like, it's 106, but they don't care. They still want to get out there and play.
Well, I hope they have shoes on their little paws because
we don't walk on the asphalt. I drive them to the park. They jump out
And
the
they're on the
car.
grass.
They're in the
Okay,
grass.
good,
And, yeah.
good.
And I bring
Yeah, it's
water.
too
So
hot.
they're taken
Yeah,
care
good.
of. But they don't
It's
care
too
how
hot.
hot it is. They want to be out there, at least for a while, to run around. So
To frolic,
it's all good.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to
I
House
hear
of Paws, our official sponsor, too, to make that happen as well.
Yes,
House
for
of
sure.
Paws. I have to say that.
I love
But
it.
it's too hot out here. It's legitimately very hot outside. I don't know what to do with this heat. Pool is not enough because the pool is feeling like bath water. I really don't know a solution to anything. If I could have a kiddie pool, fill it up with ice and sit in it and really literally take an ice bath, it'd probably be melted within the next 2 minutes if I don't go out there in time. I literally would have to sit in the kiddie pool and do the ice bucket challenge. Shout out if they still do the ice bucket challenge. I think they should keep that going every summer. And sit in the pool and let the ice just dump on me and let it clearly melt because the pool is seriously not enough. It really isn't.
I went to the wind pool on Saturday. Shout out to my boy Tarek. It was his birthday. It was a hot bath. And it was only like 103, only 103 on Saturday. But it was a hot bath in the smaller pool. So I figured, hey, let me go to the larger pool, which is the one that long one that kind of goes to the wind. And that was a little bit cooler. So I found a shady spot and that was nice. But the pool is too warm.
It's too hot to swim. It's too hot to swim.
Who wants to go swimming in a bath? Like I don't swim in baths. No.
We gotta go to the ocean. We just gotta go where the ocean is. That's the solution.
Yeah, exactly. Another hot topic. My guy, well, kind of not really. He's a cougar. I can't stand him like that. But as far as the Minshew mustache, we had a thing for the Minshew mustache. Well, that was gone. He also got rid of his mullet now. So now we don't have a Minshew mullet. Like, it's like, what reason do I have to cheer for you anymore? Like, you're going to get replaced by Trevor Lawrence and sit on the bench with no mullet, no mustache. Like, I can't even.
Maybe this is the thing he needs to make him better on this team. Maybe to get rid of all
he
of
needs
that
to stop
flair.
he needs to stop wearing those cougar shirts. So I saw him they had pictures of him getting his haircut and he still was rocking his Washington State Cougar shirt. So I think
maybe to get rid of all that flair he had going on, maybe this will be better and he can play better and win some games for Jacksonville. Maybe that'll be
well, if he ever plays, we'll see. We'll see how the guy Trevor Lawrence pulls through for these Jaguars and how their season starts. Another hot topic here in Las Vegas, though. So Derek Carr, I don't know if you saw on his recent interview that he said he'd probably quit football before leaving the Raiders.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Does he not think that he's not going to be playing here like for his whole career? Like, regular Raider fans understand that he's probably won't be a Raider like his whole career, right? Or is that?
I mean, you got some delusional Raider fans that think he'll be here for like Raider Cody. Shout out to Raider Cody. He thinks Derek Carr will be here forever. He's one of those guys. So he probably was in agreement with him. I personally don't see it as long as we got Gruden for the next 10 years. So he probably could see the possibility of being here for another decade or two with Gruden having that 10-year contract. I guess he could see himself being a Raider forever because that seems to be the relationship with the two of them. They like each other. So
oh my God. I couldn't.
I personally would love to draft new quarterbacks. Have business be operational, win a championship, perhaps. That sounds too much like right. But
just try something new, especially if this season doesn't go.
You would think. You would think. But I don't know any other outside interests. And this is funny for a quarterback. And if anybody could tell me this, I don't know any other outside interests that Derek Carr has. Like, he never really says any outside interests. Like, there's no golf involved. There's no tennis. Right. There's no bowling. There's church.
It's his family.
And that's fine. Family, church. And, I get that. But what other outside extracurriculars do you have? Like, he's the one quarterback I don't know.
What they're going to do in their downtime.
Yeah, exactly. So, to his point of him saying he'd be a Raider forever and then retire, I guess so. Because what other interests do you do? You don't paint.
Maybe he goes into coaching or something.
You're not clothing line enthusiasts. You're not. What other interests? I would really like to know that. It's interesting. He's the only one.
I don't know.
I follow a team and don't know what the quarterback does outside of life of football and God.
Well, we know right now he's not doing nothing because it's hot as crap outside. Even the Raiders had to postpone their practice and take it inside because of how hot it was outside.
Because we were supposed to start our camp and we couldn't even do mini camp because it was.
Well, why aren't they inside anyways? Like, they have a huge facility. I'm assuming they have a huge practice field indoors. Why are you outside to begin with?
Because they assumed that they could tolerate the heat, and maybe the heat was part of their strengthening
in pads, in a helmet. Like,
they just moved here. They didn't know. It doesn't get that hot out here.
That's a lot. I don't know.
They were on that mentality of Cali weather. They didn't know.
The
Oakland weather. They didn't know. They know now.
They know now.
They know now. That's why I'm curious to see how this baseball team is going to. Well, they definitely would have to do camp somewhere else. There's no way, if we get the Oakland A's or anything like that, that they could train here.
I don't know how anyone's going to the ballpark right now to watch our Aviators. I mean, it's like 110 degrees out.
And they got a bath pool too. And they got a bath pool. They want you to pay money to take a bath in that pool.
And that one's small, so it's super hot. Like, it's got to be like a hot bath.
It's a hot bath. They got a bathtub pool too.
What
are you watching? You guys. This is not the time. I'm sorry.
Are you watching Philly? What's the score now? Do we have a score?
Oh, we're on a commercial break, but let me check on. I'll shout it out to you in a minute. But it's interesting how the tide has turned with this game. Philly's still leading, but
But it's not the 20 points they were up by, right?
It's a 3-point deficit, dude. It's 10.2 seconds left in the fourth, and the 76ers are up by 3. It's one, or actually, the Hawks are up by 3. It's 107.
No way! They pulled a Nets. They pulled a yesterday's Nets.
I'm telling you,
I cannot believe it.
The fourth quarter is a deciding factor. I still want to roll with Philly on this, though. I really do.
I cannot believe they came back.
10.2 seconds on a tied series. Do not call it a comeback. We cannot count Ice Trae out.
Atlanta Hawks, like, I can honestly say that I really didn't pay much attention to that team at all, except for Trae Young, and I'm just amazed that they've come this far and then battling it out. I
saw the potential in Ice Trae, and again, I'm still tight that he didn't make the All-Star team. I'm still upset about that. This is clearly indicative of why this kid needs to be an All-Star, and you guys did not vote him in. I get it, Devin Booker. I get it. But Trae needed to be there, especially when you're hosting in Atlanta. And speaking of hosting in cities and snubbing folks, can we talk about what happened the other day when an MVP gets kicked out of a game?
Ooh.
Are you serious?
Let me just first show you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about his brothers.
The brothers are like good fellas. Don't mess with them.
Don't mess with our blood.
Don't mess with them. For real, the brothers were ready. They were ready. And personally, I don't blame them because that was just ludicrous. It was absolutely ridiculous. It was, you know what? When I'm out and people bump into me, I'm just going to say, hey, that's a flagrant 2. Who do I need to talk to?
Right. It definitely was, I think, a flagrant 1, but definitely not a flagrant 2. Like,
if that, foul him. This was his arm that hit.
Well, they did show it kind of went back and then forward.
It was definitely a frustrated defensive play. I get
it's a 1. Definitely not a 2.
If a 1, if that. I mean, I'll give him the 1. But we're in a time right now where NBA is as soft as cotton candy. No way would you give that to flagrant 1 to Larry Bird when he came up on Jordan and doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
Jordan took all kinds of blows, body blows, nose blows. Nothing. So now we're in a league that if you can sling it really well of flopping on the ground and screaming bloody murder silently, you're going to get a flagrant 2 and ejected out of a game. Because clearly that's what it was. He fell on the ground. He played that real well.
Oh,
he played that like lotto. So you're going to play that and he gets a flagrant 2. The guy never shed a tear. I never saw any kind of contusions to the nose, but he gets a flagrant 2. You're going to kick this man out?
Well, let's talk about the context. This is a game 4 of about to being swept. It's the third quarter.
Playoffs.
There's still 3 minutes left in the third quarter, and your MVP is evicted from the game. You don't think they could have probably won that game if he would have stayed? I think they could have.
They manipulated the total outcome of the game.
Completely.
To your point. Completely a manipulation to the game, but we can thank somebody for that. And unfortunately, he wears purple and gold. And he's changed his jersey number to number 6 because he's basically set the tone for this type of incident and scenarios. And everybody has picked up the baton and played this little game.
Yeah.
You do not kick out the Joker in his home court on a game, a tied series like that. I'm sorry. Well, it wasn't even a tied series. I know they were blowing him out. I get that. Phoenix, I understand.
But they could have won that game and then forced a game 5. But they could have won it and
forced a game 5. I get it. But you wanted the sweep so bad, and this is the karma that you get. Chris Paul is now out. Do you see how karma works that fast? Very interesting, isn't it? But we don't know because we got a game 5. We'll see how that plays out. But at the same time, you kick this man out, 22 points. They're on a run. They're gunning for you guys. They're giving you competition. And this is what you do? This is what the ref does? I'm sorry. My solution, some of these refs, I feel like, and the Hawks won, by the way, 109 to 106. Ice tray is that cold. The game just ended. Clippers and Jazz is on right now. Score is 10 to 10. Here's the deal.
No way.
You mean to tell me, yeah. Doc, I'm sorry. I really was
Doc, man.
This is a real series now. This is a real serious series. Right? They like Atlanta deserves to be in
Atlanta's
this series.
up 3-2 to 7.
3-2. Yeah. To a Joel, a Tobias Harris, a Ben Simmons,
well,
Seth Curry.
Going back to Jokic, like they showed a picture of him today on some kind of like carriage behind a horse. Like he's back in, I think, Serbia or wherever, whatever country he's from. And he was just rolling down the street in this like little one person carriage behind like a horse, like not like given to. He's not worried at all, but still, they could have been.
I'd be in that front office waiting outside the door, like I'd be at Adam Silver's. I'd be at the referee office waiting like this. I'd be meeting that ref in the parking lot.
Absolutely.
And see, this is where I get into some situations where I say refs need to be. You're going to rotate players. Maybe rotate the refs every once in a while. Maybe they're just so blinded to these calls. I don't understand why this had to be what it is.
Sarah, thanks for tuning in. Yeah.
Yes. I just don't understand this. You kicked this man out on his home court. He already had 22 points.
And it wasn't like it was like 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter and they were getting blown out. This was in the third quarter.
I don't care if it was 3 seconds. You don't kick a man out, the MVP, in his home court in a playoff series on some stuff that was some bull jive because the guy slung it well enough like a toddler on the ground, falling out, rolling all over, and then had the sad puppy dog face, which is his natural face. Let's be clear. Cameron Payne always looks like a sad puppy dog. So he basically sold it to you guys. No, not necessarily no fault to him, but he knew how to play the game. And you give him a flagrant 2.
They all do. I said, they all know how
I'm calling everybody flagrant 2s at this point. Anything I see offensive is a flagrant 2 at this time. So what are we, Euro Soccer League now? Yellow card, red card. That's what we're doing now? I'm so tight about that. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm beside myself.
Trae Young, 39 points. 39 points for Trae.
Just doesn't make any sense. And, okay, to my point of that. So, Chris Paul scores all these points. The score is ends 135 or something like that. So this tells me now that this league is no longer a defensive league. That means everything is based off of offense. That means you can't D up on anybody without getting a flagrant 2, a tech, or anything like that. So this game of NBA basically now is so soft as cotton candy that all we're doing is a shooting game now. It's all about the shooting now. Forget the defense. What's defense? What's defense? Defense should get you penalized. Defense gets you thrown out of games as an MVP. So what's defense? So these scores are so high because it's not effectively defensive on the other side to make it competitive. It's a shooting.
Listen, I don't know if Lisa's still in the chat, but I would like to know because I know every over I've bet on has hit. Like it's rare that any score is under the 220, 226 mark. Like it's always over that.
High scoring games because there's
crazy high.
I have to give it to the WNBA because at least we make it very interesting with the defense.
Yeah. Especially our Aces. They got a great defense.
They got great defense. And they beat the Liberty's breaks off last night. You were at the game. I need you to talk about that. Because I mean, to watch a shooting game of outside perimeter threes every time no one wants to go in the paint because they're afraid that they'll foul this person or a flop will happen or anything. I just can't. This is just, it's insane. Flagrant 2. I'm calling everything a flagrant 2 then. Versus tonight was a flagrant 2. That's a flagrant 2. How about that? No one wanted to see it.
Versus was definitely
Versus was a flagrant 2. Some people wear out in these streets is a flagrant 2. I'm throwing yellow and red cards at everybody now. If you want to throw out what flagrant 2s are. Some of the stuff I see offensively is a flagrant 2.
Oh my God. So the Clippers and the Jazz are on now, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Score was 10-10, 13-15 now. The Utah's up by 2.
No Kawhi.
No Kawhi.
And still no Conley. Conley's not playing tonight either. So
no, he's not.
At least helps a little bit, but he hasn't played all series, and they still had their struggles here and there.
Yeah.
Man, Hawks are up 3-2. I just, it's a lot. And that game last night with the Nets and the Bucks, like the Bucks did the same thing tonight. Lost it. They lost it last night. KD came in hot with 49 points. Hot.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he played
new
46
NBA new NBA playoffs record or something.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, Giannis, a lot of people were saying, well, Giannis should have D'd up on KD. That should have been the match. Like Larry Bird will come into huddles and say in the past, like, I got this big guy. I don't defend this big guy, but I'm going to take Giannis couldn't do it because KD will get into his head and mess everything up. It was fine that PJ Tucker was D'ing up on him, but Giannis to D up on KD probably would have messed with his mentals, probably would have broke him down because no one can really effectively guard KD. Let's just be real.
You can't.
So for even to put a big against him like a Giannis, I don't think that would have been enough. And I think it would have probably played with Giannis's mentals to the point where we go into the next game series and be like, I'm shook. This guy has shaken me. I can't do it. So PJ Tucker's a scrapper. Let's just keep PJ on it.
Yeah. But the thing is that once no one can guard KD, especially when he gets in that zone like he was. He was shooting threes and beyond the three. I mean, he was just pulling up on one leg, shooting a three and making it. Like,
but that's the best you're going to see of KD from this series. You can't. That's the best you're going to get out of KD.
But you can't beat that. I mean, you really just outdid everything.
That's the best you're going to see of KD this series. He's not going to repeat that. There's no way he can be a repeat offender on that. And if he is, I bow down to him and say you're the ultimate right now in this series. But I think he gave everything on that.
But I am excited for them because, like I tell everybody, he is still the last standing Sonic. So I still root for him because that's the one player that I will travel team to team with because he is the last Sonic. So I support him. So I'm happy for that. I'm happy for the performance. But speaking in other great performances, I was at the Liberty Aces game last night.
Yes, let's talk about it.
My Husky alumni girl right there. Not there, but Kelsey Plum.
Mm-hmm.
Girl went off. Had her career high 32 points last night. This girl is balling. Coming off the bench. Or did she start? I can't remember what she did.
She comes off the bench. She's always the second now. She comes off the bench now. Yeah.
Comes off the bench, 32 points. Amazing. She talked after the game. She was interviewed, and she mentioned just her dedication back to the game after playing the 3-on-3 tournament with the Team USA and getting the bid to go to the Olympics for 3-on-3. She really has been focused on just all of the mechanics and really pushing herself and dedicating herself to the game, especially since having the injury and not playing last season. So I'm just really happy for her. I'm happy for the Aces. Like Liz was playing good. Asia played well. Derica Hamby, of course, was doing great. Jackie Young has really found a good role in this new team for this year and found a good place for her. One thing I will say is the WNBA needs to figure out what they're doing with the audience and with the fans, because as of right now, it's still limited.
Yeah, I went to Sunday's game. Totally limited.
Limited to where it looks bare. I mean, it's great to still have fans, but when the rest of the world is 100% and our Vegas Golden Knights have a sold out arena, why is it that you're limiting tickets? And I see people all the time in the Aces groups. Hey, does anybody have tickets for this game? And we have tickets for this game. They're not letting people buy tickets even to come to the game. But I do believe when I heard at the very end of the game is that the next game Thursday, possibly, I think they're actually adding more people to be allowed the numbers to increase a little bit for fans. I don't know how much it was by. If somebody knows, you can let us know. But
shout out to
hopefully it'll be more. But that's the thing is, how do you expect to have an all-star game here and not have a full capacity for fans?
Yeah. Shout out to Plum Sauce. That's all I can say, because I mean, I was complaining. I went to Sunday's game. It was less than a full capacity. I was shocked that I still had to go up on the 4th floor to view the game for media. I was shocked at the viewership of people in the stands that were not there at this game. And not to mention, it was a really good game. They came back and they won. And I don't understand it either. I don't understand what these protocols mean. I don't understand. You still have to walk through the tunnel with the mask on. I don't know. I don't know. And is it just this team particularly, because Liberty and all the others, are they doing that too? I haven't watched
that. I don't know, but I do know as far as the media portion, like they still have, I know they still have to keep a certain amount of distance between players and fans and whatever else. So I know that there's not really anybody on the floor except for like, you know, Jiggy and a few other people that, you know, kind of, yeah. But there's not, you know, even shout out to Brian Salmon. I saw him last night. I think he was over on like a second. Yeah.
So and Jesse. Shout out to Jesse. I saw him Sunday. I had both the duo.
You did? I saw her. I saw B, Sal, and Cassandra. Shout out to Sports Nisa.
Shout out to Sports Nisa. That's dope.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's like I understand that, you know, there's still some with as far as media or fans being too close, but at the same time is you still need to be able to let the fans in. Period. Like it's just
at least on the Thursday night. Sunday thing I get, there was a lot of detractors. The Knights were playing. We had NBA playoffs. Like I get a low level attendance on that, but fans are fans and they'll show up. So just open it up to give us that option.
And there's a lot of fans that have been in these groups asking for tickets. Like if someone doesn't have this ticket, can you? So it's sad that there's some people that can't even get into the games that want to be there.
Yeah,
so hopefully that changes. And I think this was to change Thursday. I still don't know what that number is, and I don't know how tickets are getting sold or released for that, but hopefully it does change. In other WNBA news, Sue Bird is now the second on the WNBA's list for 3-point scoring, which is major. She had her 907th one on Tuesday.
Nice. Let's say the bird call for Sue Bird. Bird call.
Yep. And Vandersloot on the Chicago Sky has now 2,000 assists, which is also a
God, that is ridiculous.
So our Aces have won 7 of their last 8 games.
Assists? Yeah. Like, how does that even happen?
I mean, listen.
2,000? Wow.
2,000.
That's impressive. Very impressive.
House of Pause.
House of Pause, man. Blame it on a House of Pause.
So they won 7 of their last 8 games. They played Liberty again on Thursday. My disappointment was originally the reason why I wanted to go on yesterday's game was I wanted to see Sabrina play. And of course, she's been injured. I don't know when she's coming back. There's been no word. So I don't know if
she'll be back
tomorrow.
When I go to the Liberty game.
Are you going tomorrow?
I'm not going tomorrow, but there's another Liberty game later on.
Oh, there's one later on,
yeah. So I'll be at that one. We'll see.
I didn't get to see her play. Although I saw her kind of jumping around in the first of it, like it's cheering on her team. And I'm like, well, what's wrong? What happened? Like, why aren't we playing? Because they need her. So,
yeah.
Do you have let me see if there's a Vegas goal night update. We've got to be in the second period by now. So,
oh, yeah, for sure. And while you're looking up that score, I just want to shout out how unfriendly and hateful I have to publicly announce the haterade of the sneakers app, i.e., aka Nike.com, for releasing the freaking ambush dunks yesterday. And I was going to send you a picture of what they look like that I did not get again. You know, I'm sick of this.
Are these the black ones or the black ones?
The royal blue.
Oh, the royal ones. Those are nice.
I did not get those. They're not a low. They're a high top.
Right.
Shame on you guys, because you have us get notified when they release, and we put in information is already
all the time.
You already know where I live. You already know how I'm gonna pay. All you got to do, I select my size. And here's the thing that's so hateful about it is when you go on the sneakers app at 7, it reels. The little circle goes for 2 to 3 minutes. So that means to tell me when it's my turn, you've already cashed out. You've already selected people that are going to get these sneakers. I don't know what I need to do. Anybody in the commentary that has any suggestions? I feel like putting a team together of people.
You need a team.
You do need a team. But if it's not a bot in that team, it's not going to work. So
how do I get a
I'm to the
bot?
point
How
right
do I
now
get a bot?
that you guys are haters. I'm officially calling you haters. And I'm in a masochistic relationship with you because as soon as I get upset and hate, I see another sneaker that you tease me with that I want an opportunity to try to get, and I still don't get it. And then the leftovers, like the McDonald's KO Jordan ones that were orange and yellow, didn't nobody want those. That was easy to get. And other stores had them. So if it's not exclusive, I can't get it. And then you put it on a second market like GOAT or StockX and sell it for another $200 or $300.
That's why I had to get mine.
It's ridiculous.
I
don't understand why you guys do this to me. You guys are always playing games with me. And shout out to Chucky Booker for that game song back in the 80s, because now I understand and feel his pain. Why you want to play games on me? Why? So I just had to say that little rant for a second, because the sneaker game
I can
is real.
appreciate that. I can appreciate it.
I don't know what else I need to do at this point, because you don't allow the lines anymore. You don't allow us getting tickets anymore. It's all interactive, virtual through this app. And it's just a tease. You basically are just doing this to make me mad and post another emoji of me flipping a table over. I'm literally up in the morning ready to get the sneakers. I'm giving you business. All you have to do is appease me and give me my size. By the way, I'm a men's 8.5 or 9. If you guys are out there and decide you want to go on the sneakers app and help me out, please help a sister out. I totally will Cash App you, Venmo you, whatever it takes to get my shoes. I even kick down a little tip for the effort, you know?
I hear you.
But you're not working with me.
I'm just
sad.
I was up at 6:57 this morning because my brother last night asked me to, he's like, hey, what are you doing at 7 tomorrow? And I was like, what sneakers? Because, I already know 7 o'clock at anything, my time means there's a sneaker dropping. And of course he's like, there's got to be the hottest golf shoe, Jordan golf shoe coming out. So I got on there for him. Me and him both tried to get those Jordan, I think there were 4s or 5 golf shoes. Great coloring. However, I was just like, no, we both got in there, selected the size, hit. It's like pending. Let me see. Let's wait and see.
Oh boy, here we go. The pending. Here we go.
The pendings. Like my information's already in there. My PayPal's already there. I already put the size was right there.
Why is it got to be pending?
We'll get back to you.
We'll get back to you. And you give such a time frame. You give us 10 minutes to get the shoes. I'm in there within 2 minutes. I'm waiting to count down. I see
I'm in there within 5 seconds. Like bam.
Minutes and 20. I'm all the way down to the wire. And you still got me hanging in limbo on pending. I mean, I never understood in 2021 how it is so hard to get a sneaker. Sneakers, y'all got some explaining to do. I don't know if I need to tweet you guys, and I did tweet you guys. You didn't even respond back
Everybody
to me.
tweets on them.
That has me even more upset.
Drop days have the Twitters going crazy.
Like the Paris Saint-Germain 6s. Oh, y'all had time to give me those all day. I didn't want them. I just pulled the trigger to see if I get them, and of course, I got them. Those are ugly. I canceled that order.
You're like, I don't want them. I want these.
You give me the stuff I don't want. The McDonald's KOs. I don't want those yellow and mustard and peanut butter jelly time sneakers. I don't want them.
Yeah. Speaking of some shoes that are dropping, the Ken Griffey Swingman collection drops June 25th. I'm all for these Maxes right here.
I am too. I like the Maxes.
The Maxes are nice.
I like the Air Force Ones too. I ain't mad at the Air Force Ones.
The Air Force Ones, those are the ones with the junior and the senior on the back. So it's got 24 for junior. Yeah, those are nice. Those are nice.
If I have to get Air Force One, I get those.
Right.
No, I like my Air Force Ones.
The AJ3 Racer Blues.
I like those.
July 10th, guys. July 10th. I wear a 7 in men's. 7.5 if you got to do it. Because these AJ3 Racer Blues, July 10th is the drop. And of course, I do like them. And even though, of course, I mentioned them before, but the official launch date is out. The Electro Orange AJ ones, they are highs. July 17th.
I like those
July
Throw the
17th.
fly
So
too. I'll take
I
those
got to
too.
get some people on these for sure.
I need a team. I need a team of interns that don't care about sneakers. I need some senior citizens out there that don't give a darn about. I'm about to put my parents to this thing.
But see, now that my brother's
early.
an hour ahead, so I know 8:00 isn't bad. So now that he asked me, he's officially going to get texts from me like, "Hey, I need you to hit up this drop." I even hit Weeks the other day for those red and the red and yellow the Air Jordan ones. So I was like, those are kind of nice. Those would go with like the Aces jersey. How no would that be? Couldn't even get those for both of us. I was like, this is terrible. Addiction is real.
It's not even about the addiction. It's just the fact that it's something that we want at a reasonable price. And we're not in the business of reselling. Let's be clear. I'm not trying to resell these. I'm not having a secret boutique. There is no Urban Necessities I'm partnering or collaborating with. There is no Flight Club I'm collaborating. There's no StockX I'm collaborating. There's none of these secondary stores that I'm collaborating. There's no Grail Storm. There's none of these places I'm collabing with. This is for my own personal pleasure. And you're denying me that. You're denying me that. I'm an old lady.
Yeah.
I want comfort in my life. Just give me my shoes. That's all I ask.
The whole time we're talking about shoes and fashion, I've got shout out to Lexi and Amanda, Tilly's foster moms. Because they're texting me the whole time as if I check my phone. I don't check my phone while we're on the show, just FYI, but I did because I've seen like 5 messages come through. Of course, they're shocked that we're talking shoes. I love shoes. Lexi would like the orange ones because, she's a Giants fan, so she wants the orange and black. But Amanda asked if you were doing a fashion segment this week. And I don't think we
am I personally doing a fashion segment this week?
Because usually we have little fashion pictures that you talk about.
Yeah, we do. And sorry, ladies, I didn't get a chance to send any pics in, but I promise you next week I will submit pics. And actually, for the first time, we have not done this in a while. We'll do a WNBA edition because I do have some commentary on some of what the ladies. I guess if that's what you want to call it.
I've seen some fire ones.
I mean, without Ty Young, this game is a moot point. But I will feature some of the ladies in what they deem as fashion. And I understand budgets happen, but I feel like you could get a little more swaggy.
But there's ladies on other teams that I've seen on like the WNBA apps or W Slam that they've posted pictures. Yeah.
It's cool, but I mean, it ain't fire, but it's cool. We'll take it. But I will feature some of the WNBA ladies of what I like and some of my faves, and we'll go from there. And we'll definitely discuss it. A lot of these guys, like I tried to get pictures of Joker. Joker's always in athletic gear. I wanted to feature Joker for fashion this week because he was the MVP, of course, but he really doesn't dress up. I mean, for what I could find in my.
But that's the whole dress up these days. Like people come to the clubs and just casual.
I mean, he was in athletic wear. He was like getting ready for he was in warm up suits. He basically was walking on the court. He was in that. He wasn't in anything like what we've posted in the past. That's a collective elevated athleisure look. He's literally in warm ups. He had one kind of dress up thing, but he was sitting down. It didn't really give me a good angle perspective to be judging, so I left it alone. But we will do a WNBA version, and I'm very excited about that because I think maybe we need to feature some of these ladies.
I think so
and,
too.
Give them a chance too and get my intake.
And by the way, Amanda will be excited for that. She said, "Yay!" She's excited for that.
Good.
That's
good.
wonderful.
You will get my take on that. And shout out to all the fashionistas. Sportsnistas out there, sneakerheads, and everybody else that is feeling my pain on my rant. You know what I mean? Because that's just ridiculous.
I felt pain because I was experiencing it this morning for my brother. So that pain is real. It happens so often. It's like, at this point I was like, during COVID, I feel like I got more shoes off Sneakers app. I got like 2 pairs. Like I had the Fires, the 4s, and I got the Jubilees. I was like, man, I'm really doing something. And then now it's like dry spell, like nothing. I get nothing.
Yeah, stuff's open back up and people are now like really like, oh, now I got to dress up. Now I got to put on some sneakers and really go out the door. See, when everybody was in the house, they wasn't really having to dress up and put nothing on. Now they want heat on their feet. So now they're all scrambling trying to get the latest shoe. And it's just such a buzzkill. Yeah.
It is.
But we'll have our moment. I know it's going to come. The sneaker gods will respond to my cries.
We're speaking it into existence.
Yes. I actually will write a prayer poem for the sneaker gods and post it on our girl chat. Let me just get my mind together, and I will.
Yeah.
And I think if everybody
Put all
says
your
it
feelings
collectively,
into it. All your
if everybody
feelings
says this
into it.
mantra every day, the sneaker gods will answer. I firmly believe that. Positivity. Do I need to stage my sneaker closet or something? Do I need to do something to get something?
I mean, I bought all the nice little, clear cases for mine. I'm like, they're well taken care of now. Like, bless me with more. I just went and got 6 more because there was a coupon at the Container Store. So I'm like, come on, like the containers themselves
that are not getting worn. Maybe I need to get rid of the ones that have sitting dead, and maybe
I need to wear them. Maybe I just need to wear them to show that I want to take them.
Maybe I need to bless somebody with a pair that was less
Here's the
fortunate.
deal. 115 is not sneaker weather for me, so it's not happening until we can cool off.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I agree. I mean, I wore my last J's to the little Laker watch thing, and those were purple, the purple 5s, and that was pretty much an off-season look because they were suede, and who's doing that in the summertime? But no, there. I wore them anyway, and I figured that's my last breakout. But I do have other sneakers. I can wear low dunks. I can wear NMDs. I can wear Adidas Ultra Boost. I can wear Raf Simons. I can wear Common Projects. I can wear Golden Goose. I can wear any kind of sneaker. I just like sneakers. I just need the sneaker gods to respond to me. I have seasonal sneakers. They ain't got to be J's, but I can wear something that's cool, trendy, to my fashion statement. And, I'm a fashion girl. At least bless me.
I know you are.
They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They haters. Freaking haters, dude.
One thing I wanted to bring up, though, that came out today was that the NFL had revised their COVID restrictions, or I guess they have two different sets now. So here's the big thing, because a lot of our stars, some of them didn't want to get the vaccine, which is completely
understandable. That's your choice.
But so if you're not vaccinated, you are still subject to daily testing. Quarantine if you're high risk exposure, restrictions when traveling, like isolation in the team hotel, prohibition of meals with the team, prohibition of social media and marketing, sponsorship activities, bans of.
Why are you listening? Go ahead, keep going.
Ban on gathering more than 3 or more players off the facility. That's going to be tough for some people, that. And the requirements to wear PPE, get this, so when visiting a nightclub, indoor bar that has more than 10 people. And with the technology, the days that we're in right now, can you just see how many players are going to be out at a nightclub or a bar without a mask and getting videotaped or filmed or on the Instagram stories or whatever that are going to get caught up?
So back this up. You cannot go to a bar club of more than 10 people?
You have to wear PPE. You have to wear basically a face mask in a nightclub or indoor bar with more than 10 people. And there's a ban on any indoor concerts or entertainment events.
Oh, they can't do nothing.
Nothing. But if you're vaccinated, you just have to test every 14 days. That's it.
But that's fair, because the thing of it is they can't sell wolf tickets on that because they'll have to get tested. So they know if they've been vaxxed or not. But that's very interesting.
And also,
they can walk in with a mask, and then what if they take it off? And like you said, to your point, if a fan is filming them, that's going to be all kinds of scandals. I'm for it, though. I'm waiting.
This could really affect our fantasy football league this year.
Yeah, and let it be the weeks that the Raiders are playing this opposing team, and they go to a nightclub here. I'm ready for it. Yes, please do that.
Mo's going to be out there with her camera, like, I'm about to catch you.
Gotcha.
Right. Also, this is the thing for the fans, though. They're also requiring 20 feet between players and fans or key staff. So that means no autographs, no photos for not only during games, but also training camp, because they are opening up training camp this year, which last year they didn't. So now you've got fans coming to training camp. But the point of going to training camp is that you get to take pictures and get autographs from your favorite players. No one goes to training camp just to watch them, really. You're going there for a purpose. A lot of older guys and whatever, they're getting cards signed so they can resell them. Kids are coming to get their balls signed or whatever. Like, you're not just going to training camp just to sit there. So it's a little sad that you can't have that interaction anymore, because that's part of training camp, is to have that closeness with the fans.
That's
what can you do?
So point check. Utah's up by 2. The score is 46-44. It is the second quarter with 8:14 left.
Oh,
This
and
is
the
a neck and neck
VGK game. The VGK game, we were down 3-1. Down 3-1 into the second period. I know. At least we scored one, but yeah.
You know, here's the thing.
Pull it back for the third period. Pull it back.
I think if everybody is really loyal VGK fans, I think you will skip everything that is Canadian related. That means no Drake listening.
No Bieber.
No Ryan Reynolds watching. I don't want to hear an Alanis Morissette song. I know we're going back in the day, but none of that. No Canada whatsoever. If you're really a VGK fan, please do us this solid for the week at least while we're playing these Canadians, that we do not allow any Canada influence in our matrix right now, because these guys are losing. So that means people are bumping too much Drake out there in these streets. People are getting some Canada Goose stuff. People are ordering stuff from Amazon based out of Canada.
From Canada.
Or you're speaking to your Canadian relative. I need all of that to cease right now so we can get through this and go to the Stanley Cup Finals. That's what I need our fans to do. If you're out there listening, please do that solid.
Yes. Don't wear any clothes made in Canada. Don't nothing.
Clothes made in Canada. I don't want you looking at Drake.
No whiskey, no beers, no drinks.
No beers, yeah, none of that Canadian stuff. No Canadian tuxedos. I don't want to see none of it. Nothing with Canada, you guys. This is serious, and this is crunch time. We need to
bear down.
Exercise the Canada stuff and be all VGK.
Before we wrap up today, I do want to just give a girl power shout out to Clarissa Shields.
Yes.
This girl hit the MMA debut on Saturday for the PFL, had a TKO. Listen.
I never.
She is the term is GWOAT, GWOAT. She is phenomenal. I even have a little clip here when she was talking to Stephen A, because he asked her, what's harder to train for, boxing or MMA? She's had 15 years in the game. Here's what she says.
We want to know what's tougher, boxing or MMA, in terms of the training, and why.
I'm sorry, boxing, but MMA training is way harder than boxing training. Yeah, it is, because it's so many different mixed martial arts. You know, in boxing, I've boxed for 15 years, and I'm one of those boxers who don't smoke and don't drink, right? So I'm in the best shape of my life, but it's like, you know, in boxing, you have strength and conditioning, you have bag work, you have pads, and it's kind of like repetition. You have sparring. Mm-hmm. But in MMA, I was training 5 times a day to get ready for this last fight.
I don't want to train for either, to be honest, but that's major. Shout out to her. She had a great fight. She put it down, TKO. She said at one point that she heard coaches saying stop, and she was like, kept throwing them jabs at her on the ground.
Should have known who he was dealing with. Picked the wrong person to go into the octagon with.
The wrong person.
Yes.
Oh, man. So just one more time, I want to just shout out our wonderful, amazing sponsor for this month, House of Paws. Say it again for them.
They're so dope, man. Where every paw matters.
Where every paw matters.
Treats. They got healthy food, too, for the doggies.
Can I unmute? Oh, good, I can.
So cute.
I didn't. I
And the
saw you
dogs are
talking,
so
but I
happy.
can't unmute you when this. I can't unmute us while the video's on. So unfortunately,
I was just
I didn't hear
saying
what you're
how it's
saying.
just a cute little,
It
it's a
is.
cute store, and it's the
It's adorable.
accessories for me. It's the chew toys for me. It's all of the happy dogs there. And shout out to the little cute dog that's up for adoption. With
Well,
little
and it's also
ascots.
like it's like I kind of want to call it, it's like Cheers. Like remember the bar Cheers, and you would go
Where
in there,
everybody
everybody knows your name.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Cheers for dogs. Like you walk in there, and Meg or whoever's working is like, "Oh hey!" and then here's a treat, throws it on the ground. Like
it's excellent. I like it. Excellent.
It's super cute. So we appreciate them. And correction, it's Washington and Vegas. I think I was saying
not
Washington.
Buffalo.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Buffalo. Let me start again. Not Buffalo and Washington. It's Buffalo and Vegas.
And Vegas Drive. Okay.
So that Albertson shopping mall.
Yes. So still in the Northwest.
Yes.
Buffalo and Vegas Drive.
Kind of by, isn't there I think it's Steiner's that it's by. There's like a Steiner's or something right there.
Bar,
so it's right north of that. Yeah, it's right in that. It's right in that
House of Pause.
House of Pause. Hey guys, we appreciate you tuning in today. We had a great show. I love just being able to chat with my girl Mo. We have another great guest coming up next week. We've got. I know. Very exciting. So make sure you stay tuned. If you're just catching the end of the show, you can watch the replay. Please share the feed and tune in.
Tell a friend. Go to House of
Tell
Pause.
Tell a friend.
That we
subscribe to our YouTube. Check out the previous guests. We had Dylan Gonzalez last week. That was amazing.
That was
Rob
great.
Parker was amazing.
Yes.
I mean, we've had some awesome guests. Make sure you tune in. We appreciate you. We've got great ones coming up, but we will be back and we will see you next Wednesday.
And happy Father's Day to all the dads.
Happy Father's Day to all the daddies. All right.
Yes.
Bye.